Hi. In this video, let me show you AI-powered threat hunting using Garuda Threat Hunting Framework. What is Garuda Threat Hunting Framework? Garuda Threat Hunting Framework is an open source framework that will be released in Defcon this year. It has various features that allow you to perform manual threat hunting. So what I've done is, I have this AI application, which is a Claude desktop, and I have exposed Garuda Threat Hunting tools to the LLM. So the LLM that I'm using is Claude Sonnet 4. Okay, so I'll ask the AI application to hunt for threats. Okay, so let's see if it can hunt for threats. Before that, let me show you the environment where I'm going to execute the malware sample. So this is the Windows environment where I'm going to execute the malware sample. On this environment, Sysmon is installed, Garuda Threat Hunting Framework is installed. Also, before I execute the malware sample, I want to make sure that inetsim is running. As you can see, I'm simulating various services. This is required so that when I execute the malware sample on the Windows machine, when the malware requests for any services, appropriate response can be given by the inetsim. Okay, and also I'll also be running Wireshark so that I can capture the traffic generated by the malware. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute the malware sample. So here I have the malware sample. Notice, let me copy that malware sample. Yeah, I've copied the malware sample on the Windows machine. So this is an email containing a malicious Excel sheet. Okay, so let me open that in Outlook. Okay, so you see here. So this is the malicious Excel sheet. Okay, so let me double click on that. So this contains malicious macro. By the way, I've disabled the protection view so that I can enable the macro. Okay, so let me enable the content and infect the system. When I enable the content and infect the system, you will see that, okay, there was a communication to this www.webcam.undip.ac.id, and the malware okay, so notice there's a communication to this domain, and it tried to download this executable file, and you see there is a dummy executable given by inetsim. And notice this dummy executable was executed. So I'm guessing the malware downloaded an executable and executed this dummy executable. Also, it launched event viewer for some reason. Okay, now let me show you. Notice here, there is a binary that is running doc6.exe. Okay, that's what we know so far. Now, what I'll do is I will ask the AI application to hunt for threats. We will not give any starting point to the LLM. Let's see what it does. Okay, so I'm going to give this prompt to the LLM saying I'm asking it to connect to this host 172.16.103.50, which is the Windows machine where I executed the malware sample, and I'm asking it to perform threat hunting and give these details in the report. So let's see what it does. Let me copy and paste the prompt. Okay, let's hit run. Okay, so let's see what it does. I notice it's telling me that it's going to analyze. I notice it is calling this connect Windows tool, which is exposed by Garuda Threat Hunting Framework, so that it can connect to the Windows machine. So I'm going to allow once because I want to see what it does. So you can also allow always. Then it will not prompt, but I want to check what it does. So let me allow it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now it is, okay, it says it's successfully connected. Okay, so now it is going to run another tool hunt with Garuda. I'm going to say allow. Okay. And it is basically running Garuda tools and trying to determine something. So, okay, so it says, okay, it says I can see suspicious activity. Okay, so let's allow. It says I can see suspicious activity. There is a clear malicious behavior involving an Excel file executing PowerShell commands. Let me dig deeper. Okay, that's cool. Okay, perfect. I can see complete malicious activity chain. Okay, to get the complete activity, it is running this tool multiple times. Okay, so it looks like it found the doc6.exe. Okay. Okay, now it is looking for network connection. Let's allow again. Okay, let's network connection registry modification. That's what it's looking for. Okay. Yeah. So let's see what it does. I'm allowing it to run. Okay, so again, it's running. It's making multiple tool calls to Garuda Threat Hunting Framework. Okay, I'm trying to determine the root cause of the attack. Okay, so it looks like it has finished its deep investigation, and now it is going to create a PDF report. As you can see on the right hand side, it is generating a PDF report. It says, okay, sophisticated malware attack has been identified related to malicious Excel sheet. Okay, that's cool. So you see, it identified the the initial attack vector, that is in inquiry.xls. And notice it also detected that Excel was executed via Outlook. PowerShell was used to download this malware. doc6.exe, there was a registry hijack technique as well, and USC bypass attempt using event viewer. Okay, so this is the execution flow. Okay, so you see there is an email which contained inquiry.xls. The process launched. Okay, looks like it detected everything correctly. Okay, so notice it's telling me that this is the domain from where it downloaded. That is correct. And in this case, it resolved to the private IP because we were running in the virtual machine. And notice it downloaded okilo.exe. Okay, so this is the persistence mechanism. Also, it is giving me the MITRE attack techniques that was used, you see here, and also the indicators of the compromise. In this case, this is the hash value of the MD of the Excel sheet. This is the download malware. And these are the network indicators, which is correct here. And this is the URL, which is also correct. And initial attack vector is inquiry.xls, that is correct. Dropped malware is doc6.exe, and the email file was this. As you can see, this is the persistence technique. Okay, and also it created a process tree structure. It's telling Explorer started Outlook, Outlook started Excel, and Excel probably had the malicious macro, which in turn started command.exe. Command.exe invoked PowerShell to download this doc6.exe. So it also generated a dot format. So what I'll do is I'll copy this dot format, dot file. Let me copy that. Let me save it as a report dot. Okay, so I'll show that later. And also, these are the timeline of the events. Okay, and so on. Also, it is giving a lot of other details. So let me save this as PDF. Okay, so let's save it as a PDF report. Desktop report. Let's call it, okay, output.pdf. That's fine. Okay, so let's do that. And let's print. Okay, let's go to the report folder and see what we have. And as you can see here, this is the report generated by the AI. Okay, a sophisticated malware attack has been identified. As you can see, it's determined the malicious Excel sheet. And this is the attack summary. And notice it determined that malicious Excel was executed by Outlook. PowerShell was used to download. Registry hijacking technique, and so on. Yep. Okay. Macro execution. Okay. So this is the reason why command.exe invoked PowerShell. Okay. So you see command.exe is invoking PowerShell to download the file, executes it. Okay. Yeah, you see the PowerShell downloaded the binary from this domain. Okay. So it downloaded this executable file. These are the MITRE techniques that were used. These are the indicators of compromise, and which is correct. You see, these are the indicators of compromise. And this is the process tree structure. Okay. And this is the attack flow visualization. This is the timeline of events. These are the recommendations, conclusion, etc., etc. Okay. So now let me open the dot file. Let's see what it generated. Okay. So you see that it generated the attack flow. And it is giving you a visual representation of the attack. In this case, phishing email will contain an Excel. To render the Excel sheet, excel.exe was executed, which in turn launched command.exe. Command.exe in turn launched PowerShell to download the malware and execute the malware. So that was about AI-based threat hunting using Garuda Threat Hunting Framework. If you want to know more about Garuda, I will be releasing and presenting Garuda at Defcon this year. We will also be covering event triaging using Garuda in Black Hat US and Defcon training. Even though we will not be covering any AI concept, but we'll be covering the features of Garuda, which is the tool that powered this AI-based threat hunting. And if you are interested in the training, the details are in the description below. If you want me to make more videos, please post a comment. I'll try my best to make more videos. Okay. So thank you very much.